The Western Waste at the edge of Velius are claimed as dragon territory. They nest there, worship there, and are eventually put to rest there. Yet the Eastern Waste are noticeably devoid of their scaled presence. This isn't because they're willing to share their territory with the Frost Giants or Rygor Orcs. The answer is much more simple than that. They're afraid, as they should be, as should you. The dragons cower at the beast that resides in the Eastern Wastes, the most powerful creature ever spat out of existence, an abomination that threatens all of Norrath with its mere presence. The gods themselves don't dare challenge it, and Mayong Mistmore himself locks his doors and hides under piles of his scantily clad followers at the mere mention of it. Veterans of the game still have nightmares about this wretched monster, and the echoes of its cruelty are immortalized on old forums. My fellow Norrathians, today I don't bring you a story. Today, I give you a warning. Avoid the Eastern Waste at all cost, for it is the lair of this most terrible of creatures, with a vicious streak a mile wide, the Snow Bunny. This most foul, cruel, and ill-tempered rodent is responsible for more player deaths than all the other monsters and all the other existing MMOs combined. When it hops, the ground shakes. When its nose wiggles, the sky trembles. Sony EQ actually published a book on the Snow Bunny to try to dissuade players from seeking it out. There's one page of strategy, followed by 38 pages of the Snow Bunny's stats, and the remaining 27 pages are filled with a single word: run. Its terrible reputation is well earned, for I haven't even told you the most threatening thing about this monster. You see, when you die to the Snow Bunny, experience isn't the only thing you lose. Following death, the game will immediately crash. Not unusual for EverQuest. But when you log back into the character selection screen, the character that fell to the Snow Bunny will no longer be there, for it has been permanently deleted from the server. Sending a help ticket will only have the game masters denying that the deleted character ever existed, or that any mob in the game has such a capability. They've been instructed to lie to cover up their own horrible mistake. As you may have guessed, the Snow Bunny was never intended to be the unstoppable force of nature that it's become. It all began when Sony EQ hired a young woman for a summer internship. She was tasked with making a simple character model for the game, a bunny. The intern put her heart and soul into the project, lovingly crafting the furry little creature from the limited amount of polygons she had. The model was put into the game, and the intern saw her creation come to life as it hopped across the snow. Then she saw that same life taken, over and over, as players started killing snow bunnies, farming them. The developers had made Snow Bunny's skin part of the Coldane Shawl quest, making them highly sought-after prey. The snow was stained with the blood of bunnies, each spawning to only live a few precious seconds before they were murdered for their skin. The intern couldn't stand it. She had given the Snow Bunny life, only for it to die, over and over. She had to stop the slaughter of her creation. Desperate, she turned to the dark arts. Waiting for a moonless night, she sacrificed an EverQuest Titanium edition in an unspeakable ritual and called out into the void. Surprisingly, it seems that something answered. The Snow Bunny changed that night. Its code became corrupt, maxing out every status and cannibalizing abilities from raid bosses to incorporate into its own. The game masters tried to delete the delinquent script, only to find that it was tied into the server itself. The monster couldn't be purged without taking the entire server with it. With the number of player bodies piling up, the developer was running out of options. In a last-ditch effort to stop this atrocity, they decided to try deleting the entire Eastern Waste zone from the Talonzek server. Rather than being a silver bullet for the bunny, it was a skeleton key. The deletion of its original territory allowed the Snow Bunny to hop to other zones. There was no stopping it after that. A highly populated PvP server became a graveyard within a matter of weeks, as the Snow Bunny was free to hunt down players. Talon Zek was quietly shut down afterwards, the death knell in the fight against the Bad Bunny. No further attempts were made to contain or defeat the beast. It was simply left there, at the edge of the world. Originally, the developer told the game masters not to make any announcements about this anomaly, but a few game masters defied the order and managed to slip a warning into the game. An NPC enchanter named Tim was placed in the East Commonlands. When hailed, he would say this: "Be warned, ye adventurers of the beast of the Eastern Waste, for no man has fought it and lived. If you do doubt your courage or your strength, then go no further, for death awaits you with nasty, big, pointy teeth." Unfortunately, players took his warning as a quest and began flocking to the Eastern Waste in droves, and Tim was removed from the game. A different, more subtle warning was put in his place and spread across all of Norrath. The Chelsis stone was created, with the symbol of the beast at its center. As the story goes, only the intern that created the Snow Bunny model could undo the unholy ritual that made it into a god. Unfortunately, nobody has seen her since that night, and the only clue as to what may have become of her was a small burrowing hole left near where the ritual had been conducted. So be warned, adventurers. Brave, curious, greedy. All your blood tastes the same to the beast. If you doubt my words, then just look at the bones strewn about the Eastern Waste, and know that if you don't heed this tale, yours will be next.
Well, can you spare some rations? 'Cause I sure need a drink. I lost my stuff, I'm feeling out of sorts. Those trains just keep chasing, no idea which way I'm facing. Has anybody here seen my corpse?